Come check out my new merch store on Society 6. Find the link in the description down below. Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Fire Emblem Three Hopes and we are going into Chapter 12. Let's go.
Azure Gleam, a trick of the goddess. Central Adrestia is soundly defended under the command of Regent Ire. However, attacks from the Kingdom and Alliance erode the Empire's defenses in both the east and west. Amidst all this, General Randolph enlists a certain mercenary company to Adrestia's cause. Their forces stand to defend Hevring territory, the Empire's final bastion in the west. Let me get this straight. If they break through Hevring land, there'll be nothing to stop the Kingdom's army from rolling straight to the capital.
That's right. The seat of Hevring's power, Mazgus, lies east of here, past the bottleneck in the Agma Mountains. It's essentially on Inbar's doorstep, the western gateway to the seat of power. Count Hevring and his men will make their last stand there. That is, if the Lions of Fargus can get through us first. And of course, we will make every possible effort to defeat them, for whatever that's worth.
Never a good sign when you're calling something your last stand.
Indeed. And we've lost far too many of our most formidable generals, including Marquis Vestra. I've not the slightest idea what's befallen our forces at the capital, nor in the east for that matter.
Yes, the whole army's been feeling a little off lately. Thankfully, you and your squadron still have your heads on straight.
It's a sad state of affairs out there. Hardly any dependable leaders remain.
So I'm about to say something that, knock on wood. Gerald's still alive in this game. Dad hasn't died. Dad hasn't died. And I like that. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Don't make me kill this man.
Instead, we're left with those who take pride in senseless looting and slaughter, or compete to see who can reduce more villages to ash. Each and every one of them handpicked by His Excellency, the Regent.
Yeah, he's a piece of work, huh?
Are you sure you should be spilling secrets like that?
It's all right. I'd like you to have the full picture. Your company holds the key to victory in your hands. And with it, our very lives. Oh, but keep all that under wraps, if you would. It would bring the morale of my troops crashing to new lows were that to get out.
Usually mercs are backup for an army, not full-on replacements. But it is what it is. In any case, we'll get the job done so long as you're paying.
God, they better be paying well.
Gerald.
They're losing.
Should I perish in this fight, you can consider your contract terminated. You'll be free to stop supporting the Empire in its foul descent into depravity.
Ooh. Strong words.
Randolph.
I may not like Edie much, but Von Iyer in the seat is worse. That's the first time we've seen flesh in this game, right?
I have to say, I'm still not used to this new look of yours.
That makes two of us. But it will bother me less once I'm on the battlefield.
If you say so. With the war and the state it's in, the Kingdom is throwing everything they've got at this thing.
So we have to remember that she's still the Ashen Demon in this one. She hasn't had the opportunity to really sort of like bloom emotionally. So she's kind of just a killing machine still. And we know that Sothis is pretty pissed inside of her too right now. Especially after having come in contact with Arvel, who I'm assuming they're just natural enemies and they innately know that they're enemies.
I don't know if it's that or something else, but I've got a bad feeling. So watch yourself out there.
I will. You do the same.
Oh, right. I've been meaning to give you this. Never used to be without it. Cuts like a dream. I want you to have it.
That's the sword from the menu. Okay, there it is.
Swords like this are given to captains of the Knights of Saros, and mine was just collecting dust in the band's convoy.
That's right. Alois mentioned you used to serve there.
That was a lifetime ago. I don't plan on swinging this sword ever again.
So strange hearing her talk.
But are you sure you want to give it away? It must be quite special to you.
I'd be happiest seeing you get some use out of it.
Thank you. I'll do that.
Be good to it, all right?
Okay.
The general opposite us is a man by the name of Randolph. I hear tell he's related to the Empire's Count Burgleys. To complicate matters further, he's hired Gerald's mercenaries to assist in their fight.
Them again, huh? Can't say I'm surprised.
The Imperial Army has gathered their forces in Hevring territory, with said mercenaries composing the core of their offense. I expect they'll engage us in the woodlands, an ideal location for the guerrilla warfare they specialize in.
Then we'll have to look out for traps and ambushes as we advance. More than usual, that is.
They're placing a great deal of faith in Gerald, trusting the front lines to his company.
Perhaps there are no other generals for them to rely on.
This is our chance then. We'll be in a great spot if we can land a decisive blow on the Empire.
Absolutely. They're bound to start feeling the heat over in Enbar once we get a solid foothold here in Hevring territory.
Yes, and the enemy is surely well aware of that fact. No doubt that's precisely why Gerald is among their ranks.
He and his company are incredible fighters. But there's more to it than that. They also have immense discipline. As long as they can afford the cost, I can see why the Imperials would trust them over some of their less experienced generals.
I didn't expect us to be facing them again so soon. We had best be ready. Though truly, I wish we could fight alongside them for once instead.
Okay. So, I know that this is an important chapter, ladies and gents. And this might actually be an important decision. Here's the thing. I kind of want to see both endings, so... if this is where the decision is made, it's kind of far away from the end, isn't it? I'm going to do a quick bit of research. Hopefully spoiler-free research. But I'll be back in a moment. Alright, so... according to some of the guides I saw, it sounds like the game is going to give us a pretty clear warning when we're going to start the mission where the choice is important. So this one probably will not lock us into anything. But we're going to say this. Look for an indirect solution.
We should probably just steer clear of them entirely. There's no point throwing our lives away against an opponent we can't beat. All we've got to do is take down their General Randolph, and the mercenaries will scatter.
Oh, come now. You're strong enough to defeat the Ashen Demon if you want. I know you are.
I think that was our clue right there. All we've got to do is take down their General Randolph, and the mercenaries will scatter. And we just heard it in the previous thing. If he dies, their contract is up. That's our way out of not killing them. The game just told us. Cool.
But if this is how you'd like to handle it, I'll still be in your corner helping you every step of the way.
Whatever we decide to do, we will need a sound strategy if we are going to win.
Strategy, huh? Maybe something like a huge surprise attack on the Imperial positions.
A bold suggestion, Sylvain. You remind me of your father when he was young.
I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a compliment or what.
The Margrave's been managing the conflict in the North for decades now, hasn't he? I'd say it's a great honor to be compared to him.
Ah, such fine memories. All of his strategies seem to involve sending me and Lambert off to thrust through the enemy lines on our own.
Yeah, going straight to the suicide charge every time doesn't sound all that strategic to me.
At any rate, I have full faith that our combined might will be up to the task at hand. We must succeed.
Once again, Arvel wants us to kill Byleth. Okay, they put that one nice and close to us. Okay, battle suggestions. I'd like to hear from everyone. Please share any suggestions you have.
What about this?
Okay, slightly increase the chance of raising a unit's dex when leveling up, slightly increase the chance of raising a unit's speed when leveling up, or resistance when leveling up.
I've been
Between speed and resistance for me.
I have a worthy proposition.
I've been thinking.
Speed.
I won't let you down.
Now then.
That's settled then. Ready yourselves for battle. Oh, did that give us enough support with her for her next rank up? Oh no, it's somebody else, Dimitri and Yuri. Oh weird, at the end of the last mission it didn't say that they got theirs. It said somebody else got theirs, but not Dimitri and Yuri. Okay, we can start with this. Why not?
You seem to be staring at me, Yuri. What's wrong?
Just thinking how odd it is that you've grown so accustomed to a town like this.
Well, I like this place, and its people. There may be a few vagabonds in the darker alleys. That just shows how accepting everyone is. They all greet me with smiles, despite my being a complete stranger to them.
Oh, they'd change their tune pretty quickly if they knew you were the king. Anyway, have you enjoyed your little tour of this garbage heap? Did you get a good look at the town through my eyes or whatever it is you wanted?
Yes, and it's also got me thinking about how best to help those of more meager standing. Originally, I thought that establishing medical facilities or investing in the church were the best pathways to this cause. But after seeing the people here, I realized they are not indigents standing around with open hands awaiting salvation.
I'd love to unpack your definition of indigent, but yes, they certainly don't take things lying down.
Maybe it's idealistic, but I think regents should rule in a way that not just nobles, but everyone can see as reasonable. But to accomplish that, a ruler must take the opportunity to truly listen to the people. Of course, I can't go around visiting every burg and hamlet personally. I realize this. But I still feel this is the key to true reform.
Well, good on you if you actually managed to accomplish that. But it isn't going to be easy. First, you have to give the poor a minimum level of education. Of course, they're already fully capable of telling you when they're hungry or if taxes are too high. But they'll need education to understand the policies and laws established by their lords and hold any kind of thoughtful opinion on them.
Education, you say? Yes, that makes a great deal of sense.
Problem is, people aren't in the mood to learn anything when they don't know where their next meal is coming from or where they'll sleep that night.
Right. Improving quality of life is first and foremost. Education can be built upon that. Sadly, none of this will be cheap, and the current war is doing a fine job of draining our coffers. Which means I need to end it as soon as possible.
So the main problem comes down to money, huh? In that case, why not make use of us? If you need funds, I can introduce you to a wealthy merchant or three. And if you need to get some dirty work done,
This guy.
I can lend you a few of my men. All we need in exchange is for you to provide us a little bit of support.
He's got a guy for everything, doesn't he?
I'll not permit you to work evil in my name. And besides which, tales of how you and your band have eaten lords out of house and home are legend.
I believe it.
But you're a different matter entirely, Your Majesty. If we join forces, my dream is sure to be realized. I swear to never allow you to fall victim to any vile practices. You have my honest word on that.
And what is this dream of yours?
I'll tell you about it in due time. But for now, Your Majesty, do you accept my proposal?
I will consider it. After spending time together, I've come to want to trust you.
I promise it'll be the best decision you ever make. But until then, I'll patiently await your reply.
Oh, so close. So close on a couple of these, huh? Okay. Yeah, Arvel's... I don't think Arvel's very happy with us. Stare in silence.
What?
What is it? Oh, you needn't be concerned about me. I was just lost in thought. I can't quite place the reason, but I've been feeling agitated lately. Yeah, you're being weird, bro. You're being weird.
Do you have a minute?
Have you heard about the dance master that lives in Martin territory? They apparently won the White Heron Cup dancing competition. Do we get a dancer? Is there a dancer class in this? I wonder how that would work. It'd probably just have to be like a buffer or something. I had no idea such a contest even existed. I wonder what style of dance they do. If we could choose somebody to be our one and only like dance class, that'd be cool.
I was thinking.
Gerald's mercenaries again. Feels like we've fought them 100 times since the war started. We've got the Empire backed into a corner, but I wonder if this will be the last we see of them. I don't care if we defeat them or force them to surrender. I just don't want to have to fight them anymore. I will be overseeing our main base's defense, per our discussion with His Majesty, which means I won't be able to accompany all of you. Do try to not slow His Majesty down, Felix. Please, me slow him down? I'll be the one dragging him to the enemy's door. I'm certain His Majesty would find that most reassuring. I look forward to seeing what you will accomplish, Felix. You're the one who needs to keep his ego in check. Try not to embarrass yourself, old man. So much spice between these two.
So here's the thing.
I don't know if it's because I've been here for a while or what, but the folks at Fargus and the church have really grown on me. Every victory we sing, drink, and have a rollicking good time. Doesn't matter where we're from. This war won't last forever, but I sure hope the friendships do. Yeah, look at what happens when the Alliance and us come together. It's nice, isn't it? Come on, Edie, don't you want to join in? Come on, it doesn't have to be this way. You don't gotta conquer. You don't have to. We can make change without conquering, without killing, without destroying people's lives. We can do it.
Hunger is the
Anyways,
true enemy.
We have new meals, because we unlocked that last month, but last chapter, I guess. Let's see, somewhat faster. Durability loss greatly reduced. Let's do one of those. Gonna finish up Petra and work on Yuri as well. This will probably get us our support with Petra.
Solid.
Solid, solid.
This surprise pleases me. How did you know I would have enjoyment of this?
How'd you know I love this stuff? You must be more clever than I thought.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
Is yours... Chez and Petra. Why didn't it tell us the Petra one, too? It told us the Yuri one, but it didn't tell us the Petra one. That's weird. Doesn't matter.
Hunger is the true enemy.
Okay, warrior gauge fills much faster. Okay, Yuri hates this one. Oh, you can't double up? Darn, okay. Your A is locked. Shamir doesn't like that one. Okay.
Hey, this is great.
Perfect. Gotta love it. Ooh, those look pretty good.
It's nice to share a meal with someone who doesn't have an ulterior motive. Oh, this is the best! Let's eat!
She must have been eating with Sylvain earlier.
Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy.
Okay, much faster on this one. Okay, well, we'll just, not really benefiting from supports on this, but I want the ability anyway.
Solid. Wow, you really know your stuff. This is my favorite.
You made this. Impressive.
Okay, I might do one more.
Hunger is the true enemy.
Let's see if there's a good one for us. Nah.
Come back
we'll leave it at that
hungry.
for now.
Oh.
Constance, she left us no choice, right? She was a dear friend of mine from back when I lived in the Empire. Every time I see an old friend on the battlefield, I desperately have to convince myself that fighting them is the only way to bring peace back to Fodlan. She may have had some supports with her, I looked up Linhart and he didn't, but I couldn't find a good list that actually listed Constance's support for 3 hopes. I could only find 3 houses, so I wasn't able to look at that. I tried.
Come to think of it.
You know, it's been a while since I've seen Lady Rhea. We exchange letters regularly, but I still worry about her. This business with the Western Church has probably piled even more on her plate. I hope she's not taking on more than she can handle. There have been so many people fleeing the Empire lately. Of course, I want to help those in need, and it's good if some of them end up joining our army. But I'm worried we wouldn't notice if one of them happened to be a spy. I mean, yeah, that's true. Good point. I should probably take a look around for anyone suspicious at the very least. I've got somebody in mind, but he's been here for a long time. It's nobody that's new. I know who the spy is. I'll kill him. I'll get him. Don't you worry. I'll keep my eyes peeled too. I'm sure it'll be fine, but it can't hurt to be careful.
Let's give it our all.
After all, we can't afford to lose this battle. There's no room for errors. We suffered so much at Magdred and in Arundel territory because of Gerald's mercenaries. My friend even lost their life at the hands of the Ashen Demon.
Essentially.
We must win for all those who were taken from us. Defeat is not an option.
Greetings. In truth.
His Majesty has asked for my counsel regarding strategic matters more often as of late. He is already an excellent leader, especially for one so young. I am happy to advise him, whether he needs it or not. Tell him he's still young, too. Maybe he'll slip up. His Majesty's young, huh? You don't exactly appear long in the tooth either, you know.
Is that so?
It is true the years have been kind to me. Incredibly kind. Though I have studied the records of the Saints for quite some time. Saint Gihol in particular was known as a tactical genius who played a key role in many historic victories. Go ahead and pat yourself on the back there, Seta. Uh-huh. He also penned a book on military strategy. I recommend reading it, should the opportunity arise. You got it, buddy. I'll read that book. I'm sure it's really well written.
My instruction comes at a high price.
Anyways. Okay. So warrior gauges, number of recovery items that can be used. Once again, we haven't had issues with the recovery items yet, so there's really not much of a reason to do it. I am going to spend a shit ton of money on this, though. Maybe I should wait. I might need the money for something else. We're going to wait.
Don't neglect your daily studies.
Yes? Oh, right.
The land in this region is so fertile, and the climate differs greatly from the kingdoms. It's hard to describe my feelings looking at this landscape after all I've seen in Galatea. I can also understand why the people of Sreng are trying to seize our lands in Fargus, but I mustn't let envy cloud my vision. Instead, I'll focus on what I can do for my home.
How can I serve?
The man charged with defending Hevring territory, Randolph, is actually related to Count Burgles. Not by blood, mind you. He's the previous Count's stepson from his second wife. He desperately wants to make a name for himself in this war and establish a house of his own. Of course, who knows whether his new house would even have a future in the current empire. If I'm not mistaken, we should be getting closer to my home. Or maybe not, and I've been holed up so much I don't know where we are anymore. Lie a little. We might be. I'm not really familiar with the southern part of the Empire. I hope I'm wrong. Oh, I just remembered. My father should be at Garreg Mach anyways. Well, I'll be happy as long as I don't have to see him. Poor girl. Hey, Dedu, just out of curiosity, what's that in your hand? It is the pen His Majesty broke during the War Council. Yeah, things got pretty heated with everyone talking over each other. It must have been hard on His Majesty as well, considering how easily and often he breaks pens. Indeed. He was terribly despondent when he saw it break this time. Come up with a solution. We need to make the strongest pen in the world, made out of tungsten. Tungsten's really strong, right? Isn't that what tungsten's known for?
Let's see.
Maybe we can figure out a way to keep him from accidentally breaking them. Like, what if we gave the pen a name? He's less likely to break something he's attached to. That might actually work. I'll have to run it by His Majesty next time. Name the pen. That's the solution. Yeah. All right. His strength really comes in handy on the battlefield. I actually used to be jealous of it.
Oh no.
But now I understand the burden it brings. I'm sure there are people who are afraid of him too.
Well...
Yes, unfortunately more than a few consider him to be some kind of monster. I mean, Felix does call him the boar. So...
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
A moment of your time.
Word has it that the Minister of Domestic Affairs, Count Hevering, is a rather capable fellow. Perhaps that is why there has been relatively minimal destruction and looting in this area. Or it could be that the cities in this territory are so developed they can withstand more damage. Apparently he's assembling forces in the city of Mazgul, but I wonder if he will even need to engage in combat. Nobody over here.
Ah.
Hey boss, long time no see. Oh, you probably don't remember me, huh? Come now, how could I forget? We lived together in Abyss. It's been a while. How's your sister doing? Great, she's working for the Kingdom Army now, and even has a baby on the way. You don't say. I'm glad to hear it. I suppose even these times of war and death, there are still moments of joy. It's a nice little interaction.
How can I be of service?
Pardon me, Commander. Is there truly no way for us to avoid an altercation with Gerald's mercenaries? Mayhap we could keep our distance from them and focus instead on attacking the Imperial forces. Though I suppose we have no information as to their whereabouts. If only we could deploy some strategy that would allow us to glean their location. There's another hint for you. It's like, hey, don't forget to pick up the strategies. If you just rush into this, you might not have what you need.
Excuse me. We must speak.
I went visiting to where my father died. But of course there was nothing to be seen. Almost no one in Fodlan remembers. This is good in its own way, I think. Questioner.
Huh?
Why is that good? You don't want them to remember? I do not. My father was an enemy of Fodlan. I am having certainty of this. If we think of our future friendship.
What do you think?
People forget the bad and then it can be fading away. Do you not think so?
Do you have a moment?
We already know what Gerald's mercenaries are capable of. We may have superior numbers, but they could still claim victory over us. That said, Hevering territory is a key strategic location. We cannot simply bypass it. We spoke earlier with Rodrigue and the others about prioritizing the defeat of the Imperial commander. Therefore, I propose we leave the base in Rodrigue's care, and strike at the heart of the Imperial forces ourselves. What are your thoughts? Agree with this plan?
Absolutely.
It sounds solid enough, though I doubt it'll be a walk in the park. True. Gerald's mercenaries will likely see to that. Fortunately, we have battle-hardened veterans like Sedith and Rodrigue on our side.
I wonder...
I need not come to a conclusion on my own. I'll solicit more opinions before making my decision.
Wait up.
Fighting mercenaries is one thing, but going against Sir Aloys just feels wrong. He's so good-natured, and his terrible jokes always make people laugh. They do? Do they? Doubt. Well, at least a few of the knights got a kick out of them. Anyway, we all thought he was a swell guy. I can't believe things have turned out this way. Okay, dude, we are running out of chapters for you to join us as a fighting unit. So I need you to join me now, homie. Join the team.
Greetings, friend.
Nothing to report. This encampment is like our home during this expedition. I'll be sure to keep it safe so that you can fight without any worries. Thanks.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
It may be imprudent at a time like this, but since we have traveled this far west, I would very much like to visit the coast to the north of here. Are you familiar with the Rhodos coast? It is just north of Lake, Toitates. So you haven't heard of it?
Nuh-uh.
I don't think I've heard of it, but our next objective is to the south. There's no time for a trip up north.
Goodness!
Well, you certainly do not mince words. It is a place very near and dear to my heart, you know. But you are right, it is rather far. Perhaps I will visit once the war has ended. Is that the place where we did the paralogue with her and Sedith, where her mother is buried? I think it might be. A lot of people are getting fired up now that we've pushed the Empire back this far. They're saying Garreg Mach's as good as ours, but I'm not so sure. Taking it back will be difficult.
Let's see.
Garreg Mach sits on one of the most strategic locations in Fodlan. It's not your average stronghold.
Right.
Yeah, but if that's what the higher-ups in the church are aiming for, then Ray will have no choice but to move. The Cardinals and the others are still alive after all.
Excuse me. Oh, hi.
I thought if I was going against the Empire, I wouldn't have to worry about who I was fighting. That I'd have to kill an old friend never even crossed my mind. Sympathize with her. Yeah, I'm sorry about Constance, girl. Your friend? I'm so sorry, that's awful. I don't know what to say. You don't have to say anything. This is war after all. Well, we took in half of them.
I carry a little of everything here. You've got an eye for quality, friend. Hope to see you again soon.
Now that you mention it,
His Majesty's mood is different from last year. It was almost as if he was too dignified before. It made him somewhat unapproachable. I like him better now. He's much more cheerful around camp, too.
Got a second?
I don't get it. Why do Gerald's mercenaries keep siding with the Empire when they're losing? At this rate, the only thing the Imperial Army can offer them are losing battles and table scraps, right? No idea?
Nuh-uh.
Who knows? Doesn't matter what the enemy's motivations are anyway. Hey, if we play our cards right, we might not even have to fight them.
So the story is...
The best case scenario in my book is turning our enemies into allies. Considering all the battles we have ahead of us, I'd like to avoid whatever unnecessary casualties we can. I'm with you, my man. I'm with you. We fought so many familiar faces in the last battle, so many old friends. Professor Manuela, Professor Hanneman, Moni, Lynn, Connie. Moni, huh? Monica. But there were so many who couldn't be spared. Perhaps I should have died with them. Strong lead. Let's just comfort her.
Yeah, I don't know.
I get what you're trying to say, but it's up to us to make sure their sacrifices led to a peaceful future. You have to survive so that you can save more lives moving forward. I hope you're right. Maybe someday I'll see it that way too. Here's your spy. Here's your spy, Annie. But he's not a spy for the Empire. He's a spy for something even more sinister and more dark. I should cut your head off now. But alas, the game won't let me. Bitch. I see right through you. I see right through this full getup that covers every inch of your body. One day I'm gonna get you. Anyways, let's get this support. Hey, we got Dorothea as well.
This war is going on and on. Do you think we will ever have sight of the end?
Offer hope.
Yeah, I do.
As naive as it might
Maybe
be.
not today or tomorrow, but it's definitely out there on the horizon.
It will be good to be putting this war behind us. When the war is finished, what are you wishing to do?
That's a pretty big question.
Then I will give more clarity. How will you be supporting yourself when your contract is completed? If you have the desire, you could come to Bridget with me.
Wait, seriously? I thought you were just pulling my leg about that.
I would never be pulling your legs. Also, I am speaking with seriousness. After losing the war with the Empire, Bridget was forced into becoming a vassal state.
I would go, honestly.
But this war is giving Bridget the chance to stand on equal feet again. We will be opening our borders to Fodlan. The exchanges between us will flourish. I am needing a person I can trust to give me help with this. Please.
Oh, Shez was
accept
like...
my apologies if the offer was given with too much suddenness.
I think Shez was like legitimately touched in that moment.
No, it's not that. I was just taking a moment to admire you. This war has been particularly ugly, and it seems like we're tearing each other apart on a daily basis. But people like you and Dimitri are already thinking about what comes next, how to plan for it. You're every bit the ruler they are.
Hell yeah.
No, I am different. I am the Queen of Bridget.
Fuck yeah, girl. Oh yeah. God, I love Petra. You tell it how it is, girl. Okay.
We are the proud Isles, placed upon the sea by the spirits, who are watching over us to this day.
She should rule Fodlan.
Our future has the brightness of the sun. I am hoping you will be at my side as we are shaping it.
If Edie succeeds in taking over all of Fodlan, she just needs to give it to Petra. Because Petra would be the perfect leader. Express interest.
Powerful
I'm in.
words. And I'm happy you put that much stock in me. Honestly, it's a good fit. I've got nothing tying me down. No family, no titles, no property to speak of.
I am not asking for your answer in this moment. I know your sword is sold right now. But when this war is over, I hope the making of a decision is at the top of your to-be-doing list. That is why I am approaching you so early, because I am very, very sneaky.
She's perfect.
Fair enough. I'll keep that in mind. And I don't blame you for trying to sneak ahead of the competition. Honestly, I'm kind of flattered.
Yeah, right?
So, how about this? Let's both make it through this war unscathed and decide what comes next together.
Okay, that one easily when I'm like shoots way up to the like one of my top favorite supports in this game so far. That was amazing. That was great. When is this gonna unlock? Rodrigue, what the hell? Okay, Dorothea.
An opera company smack dab in the middle of the Imperial capital, huh? I can't even begin to imagine what that must be like. I mean, I've been all over the place for my mercenary work, but it's mostly just been for small-time rural lords and the like. Honestly, I'd never even met anyone from the big cities like Enbar or Ferdiad before coming to Garreg Mach.
You know, shows in the capital are about 1,000 times flashier than the little town festival shows you might be used to. Every important moment of the drama is conveyed through elaborate song, and at the center of the musical ensemble stands its star, the diva.
divas.
I think I get the idea. These divas sound pretty incredible. They probably get stage names and everything if they're that important, huh?
Oh, but of course. I was known as the mystical songstress.
Hey, that's pretty good. There always has been this kind of indescribable aura surrounding you.
Thanks, but I have mixed feelings about the name myself. They called me that because of how suddenly a street orphan like me was discovered and debuted.
Yeah, I see how there could be some complicated feelings wrapped up in that. But if you were able to rise from that to diva, you must have the chops to back it up. Not that I can even picture what that would sound like. Hey, do you think you could sing something for me?
Since you asked so nicely, but I'm only doing it this once, okay?
How the crimson rain of pain it came, falling hard upon a land of flame, when the sacred blade it split the sky until the heavens heard our cry.
I thought I was just about to say it's about to go to black and we're not actually going to get to hear it, but we get to hear it. Amazing. She's good.
In the hour of vengeance, will you heed the call? On the red fields of revenge, will you help avenge? We must fight strong and stand tall.
All right.
Well, what did you think?
Honestly, if you can sound that good a cappella, like, you're a good singer.
It was... yeah.
What, you didn't like it? Not quite the booming applause I'm used to.
Tell her you don't get it. I just don't get art, bro.
No, it was incredible, honest. It's just, I'm not really sure I got it, you know? I mean, the only songs I know are the ones sung by mercs in taverns or village girls as they tend the fields. You're kinda in a different league, Dorothea. Sorry I can't really give you much more than that.
Oh, don't worry about it. This sort of thing happens more often than you'd think.
Well, as long as you're not mad. If you don't mind, though, maybe you could try again for me sometime? I'd really like to hear you sing some more. And hey, I might even get better at telling you what I thought.
Sure. I suppose I can give you one more chance.
All right, and there we go. C rank. One day we're going to be able to watch that A rank with Rodrigue. Someday. All right, we're going to go ahead and end the episode here, so thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and in the next episode, we'll probably be setting up some training, maybe doing a couple of chores, and then probably getting to a fight. Have a good one, everybody. I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters, Darren York, ZTD, 7th Son, Ivan K, Len, Knife Namaste, Kyle the Monarch, and Jordan and Emily Hill. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.